Come on, man. Now y'all are just, that's a double standard.
You know, there's other ways to make a stand. If one of my players, you know, offends the American flag, you're offending my nationality. This is what everybody's talking about right now. We need to make some things clear, guys.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field.
Get him off.
Out. He's fired. He's fired.
All right, man. It's backfiring on the president. I just started posting this video because I've seen a lot of NFL people taking it the wrong way. It doesn't even mean that. People are saying, people are kneeling down now because Trump's speech on if an NFL player kneels down, fire that guy. Like, don't disrespect our country because you have a certain issue or you see a certain issue in society. You don't have to disrespect your own country because of an issue. Obviously, you take stands, but in other areas, not in that. What you got to say about these guys, man, who are thinking like, oh, I'm going to kneel down because Trump's like this? You know what? He shouldn't be saying that. What do you think?
Definitely takes away from what they're trying to do. What these other guys before them were trying to do. Not that I agreed with it in any way, because my stepdad was a military man. I have so much family that were military people that served and did their tours and served proudly, you know. And a lot of them, their lives were taken for that. And I understand that they have the right to do what they want. But this here is different. Because Trump went out, said something, said what he said. He's the president. The way he said it might have been wrong, but what he's saying is true. That's what you want your president to do, is stand up for your country. Now, we can't say that for the last administration. A lot of people will say that he didn't stand up for this country, and I think that has a lot to do with what we're going through now. And you want to blame it on Trump for dividing the country, but it was already being divided. The wedge was already stuck in before he even came into office. So this just takes away from the stand that these other guys were doing, because they were doing it for inequality, and now people are doing it. Now these players are doing it just because of what Trump said. Like,
that's ridiculous, man. Like, that's ridiculous, and it's true. At first, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Obama this, Obama that," but through the years, at the end, people were like, man, this guy don't even like America. This guy's destroying America. He don't stand up for America. He don't care about our country. And now we have a president that cares about our country. He's not worried so much about what people are going to say, what people are going to think. Now they're getting mad at him too. Like, one that shows that our country is so confused. These people are taking it the wrong way. Trump is saying, you know what, what he's basically saying, that if I was an owner of an NFL team and a guy disrespects, if one of my players, you know, offends the American flag, you're offending my nationality. You're offending this team, this country where we play in, which we're living in, and you want to do that because you have an issue with something. You don't do that. Even, I don't know if it was Tim Tebow or somebody. I'm pretty sure it was Tim Tebow who said, you know, there's other ways to make a stand, but not by disrespecting your own flag. What is that going to do? Is that going to change anything? I know in the beginning, like Kaepernick he was one of the first who started kneeling for the racial thing, right? Making a stand. There is racism. There is discrimination. But there's, like Tim Tebow said, man, there's other ways to make a stand. It's like saying you're in your family, your mom and dad have whatever, and you have something against your mom, and you say, you know what, Mom, I'm just going to slap you in your face. Boom. Because I don't like what you're doing to me. There's other ways to make stands. There's other ways, but not by disrespecting the hand that feeds you. Not by disrespecting the thing that, you know, you have to honor, you know, and that's what these football players, I know your intentions are right, your motives are right, but your actions are totally off. They're out of proportion. And that's what's happening, man. Everybody's trying to backfire on the president. You're kneeling and you're disrespecting your own flag, our flag, our country, and all because Trump said that speech about, I would fire you if I would fire you too.
Yeah.
You know, like,
my
hey.
boss said it this morning that he would fire us too.
That
He's like,
doesn't-
you can take a stand wherever you want, but you ain't gonna do it on the clock. And that's what these guys are doing. Is they're doing it on the clock, and it's
true.
gonna cost the NFL a lot of money because a lot of people are gonna be, they're gonna boycott the NFL now because of this, because they don't believe in this unpatriotic act, and that's what it is. It's
I didn't think of that.
Act.
That's true. They're actually on the clock. That's their job. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
There's a place and a time for what you want to stand up for, and yeah, you guys are big idols to kids and everything like that, but be an idol out there on the streets. And we can go back to this Tim Tebow thing. When he knelt on the field to pray to God, how many people, these are the same people that were getting so much backlash about that, you know, talking about, hey, he shouldn't be doing that. He has no right to be bringing in his religion on the field. Come on, man. Now y'all are just, that's a double standard now. So that's just bull.
My point of view, man. Yeah, I think it's there people out there. Yeah, there's people that don't understand.
They don't understand. They just doing it because it's trendy, bro.
They're just doing it because it's
Everybody
trendy.
wanna do it, and they're gonna do it.
You're just repeating somebody else's ignorance. It's what y'all are doing, man. Like, because somebody made that type of stand, everybody else is thinking, oh, you know what? That's true. I'm gonna make that same stand too.
And you look at who,
and you look like a
look
fool.
at who's. I'm a Niner fan. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm a Niner fan. You look at who started this. Kaepernick.
Patriots.
Look at where he came from. He's talking about oppression. This guy was brought up by a white couple that took him in and gave him everything, gave him all the opportunities to succeed in life. He went to the best schools, he went to college, did all that. Yeah, he had a talent, but where are you gonna tell me you were oppressed at, bro? You know, I understand that you have this mentality that, oh, my people are being oppressed. Okay, what did you do back then about it? What did you do back then? Did you go out and talk to people about it? Did you go out and talk to these youngsters, telling them, hey, we need a better way to live? Or were you out there doing those things as well? And now for some reason, one day to the next, you want to decide that, hey, something's going on here. I'm like, no, bro, you gotta live that life if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, you're already on the media. You can use that as leverage outside the field, outside your job, where it really shows that you really want to use your time and your life, your effort, even your finances to make a change. Not during your work where it's so easy that I'm just gonna, you know, they put me on the field, they put me on TV, on the screen, and I'm gonna do it right here. It's so easy to make a stand when all the platform is made for you. How about after you leave and you begin to fight and to push an issue where you can do something if you really care that much about it? You know, you already have media leverage. It's not like it's some random guy in the street trying to become some activist, and you know, you don't have to go through all that. You already have people watching you where you can make a stand in different ways, and you can have any strategy you can come up with and make a stand, and it'd be loud enough for people to begin to see it. You don't have to do it like this.
One way for him to have done it was voted. He didn't even vote in this election.
He
didn't even vote in this election.
If you don't vote, you got no voice, man. You can't complain about what's going on.
Guarantee a lot of these
you
people
cannot complain about what's going on in America.
Vote themselves.
You cannot complain about what's going on in America if you don't vote.
Nope.
If you don't vote, then shut your mouth. Don't worry about if it's like this or like, you don't even vote. I didn't even know he didn't vote.
He didn't even vote.
He didn't even vote, man. He can't be kneeling down, making stands like he.
Exactly.
Man. Y'all need to know out there, I'm for making a stand against any type of discrimination, racism, anything. This is what makes this country great. You know, that people actually make a stand and say, you know what, you can't be doing that. But not in the means of discriminating your own flag, man. You're diminishing your flag, your country, by saying, you know what, you can do so many things and disrespect your flag, your country, your president. And that says a lot about you. But I think a lot of people are just doing it, bro, because they're just repeating somebody else's actions, and what you're doing is just repeating somebody else's ignorance. Yep. Because you're doing it the wrong way. You're talking about this guy's disrespecting, and you're disrespecting your flag. You think you're disrespecting your president back. You're not. You're disrespecting your own country. You're disrespecting your own flag. You have no patriotism. You care nothing about that. But you have no idea you're doing it. I think a lot of those people have no idea that you're actually doing that. But that's what you're doing. Make a stand somewhere else. Make a stand in another area, and a lot of people will back you up, because a lot of us do believe, in the same thing that these guys are making a stand for. But not in this way, man, because now there's two things that the rest of us have to fight against. What the president is saying, or what this is saying, or what discrimination or racism. And then now, with people like that who are disrespecting our flag. Oh, now we have two problems. So, man, I think that people out here, man, are just going crazy over some nonsense, man. Man, I'm for making a stand, man. We're not trying to get off this as don't do none of that. We're pro that, man. We give you guys all the props for it, try to make a stand, but not against disrespecting our flag, because now you're not only disrespecting your president, you're disrespecting us, man. You're disrespecting the veterans who fought for this country, who fought for you. You're disrespecting more than just trying to, I'm going to do something here because I don't agree with something. I have things I don't agree with Trump. I have things I don't agree with this country. I have things that, but there's certain, I'm not going to go out and disrespect this country or this flag just because I have an issue. That's exactly what you're doing. Like, what gives you that right to do that, man? You're not only slapping or the president, or in your mind you think you're making a stand against your president, but you're not, man. You're slapping every American in their face, and everybody else who believes in America, everybody else who believes in this flag, who fought for this flag, every veteran, every soldier, every person out there right now fighting. Seeing you do that is like, what are you doing? I'm sure even the soldiers have issues against certain things in this government, but never disrespect the country, never disrespect the flag, because that's the people, right? And figuratively speaking, man, that's the people. And what you're doing is you're saying, man, I hate, I'm disrespecting the people. I'm disrespecting this country. You can't be doing that, man. That's a total disrespect. It's unpolite. It's rude, and it shows ignorance, man. Like, you really don't know what's going on. You're just following somebody else's ignorance, man. So y'all need to stop doing that. Make other stands, because we're pro making stands. So let's make it happen, man. But let's do it right, because then we're stopping trying to do all this, trying to clarify things, because people are doing it the wrong way, man. You're wasting time making a stand in other areas and in other ways, man, so we can actually be more effective. All right, so here's the thing. Man, we're for making a stand, man, but in the right place, in the right way, okay? You don't want to make a stand and then cause another problem because it doesn't even
side with it.
Yeah, it's not even, it don't even come together, man. It's like you're making a stand in the wrong place, that you're not even being heard anymore as much as you want to be. Only in your mind you think people are hearing you. No, what you're doing is you're stirring up conflict, because you're doing it in a place, in an area where people are like, wait, what are you saying? And it completely overrides your motive, your intention, because you're doing it wrong. You're complaining about Trump, the way he says things, the way he does it. He wants to better this country, but the way he does it, it provokes anger. Because he's doing it the wrong way. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're nothing but hypocrites when you do that. Sure. Because you're saying, oh, Trump this, Trump that. Yeah, we don't agree with a lot of stuff he says or how he says it. But you can tell, man, this man wants to do his best for this country. He does it in a lot of ways that many people don't agree. He says things that they don't agree. He pretty much has diarrhea of the mouth. He don't know what comes out. Okay, but this is exactly what you guys are doing. You guys are making a stand, and you're doing it the wrong way. Your intentions are right, your motives are right, but you're disrespecting the flag, the country. Don't do that. If you're really about that, if you're really about making a stand, miss a game. Take a cut up a paycheck. See if you really want to make a stand. You don't really want to make a stand that bad, do you? Come on, man. If you're really about making a stand, you would be doing it already. But not in this way. Not disrespecting the flag, because all you do is stir up anger to other people, to fans. Your own fans. You're saying, I don't care what y'all fans think. Look, we back you up. Even us here, I'm sure there's a lot of fans who will back you up. But not with the means of disrespecting our own flag. A lot of those fans have people who served in the military and take this offensive. A lot of people who are like me, I don't know anybody in the military from my family or nothing like that, but man, it's a disrespect to the country, to the flag, the country where we live in. It's a total disrespect. There's fans out there going, what are y'all doing? I understand there's discrimination. We understand there's things to make a stand for. But when y'all make stands like this in the wrong way, y'all look just like Trump. When they say, oh, Trump, it's just the way he says it, this and that. Well, you know what? It's just the way you guys are doing it. That's really disrespectful to everybody else. You're doing exactly what you complain about that your president is doing. Although y'all don't see it that way. Only in your mind you think you're being effective, but you're not. Only in your mind to people that think like you, which is very little. There's so many more people that will back you up. There's so many more people that actually have the same motive and intention as you do. People that will back you up will say, hey man, that's true. There is discrimination. There is certain issues that we have to fight against. We have to, and people will stand beside you. Fans will stand beside you, but not by disrespecting their own flag and turning your own friends, your own people, your own fans against their own countrymen, because that's what's actually taking place. No matter what you say, no matter what you think you're doing, oh, it ain't about that, we're doing it because of this. That's fine. The intention and the motive, we all understand it. And we all agree with it, but it's the way you're doing it. You're repeating the ignorance of one guy that started it. And he thought he was doing it the right way, but he wasn't. The rest are doing it the same way, man. And don't be doing that. Don't be doing that, man. It's jacked up.
Now we gotta go back.
All right, guys. So please let us know what you guys think. Tell us what you guys think about the issue. You know, what's your perspective on this? Let us know. Give us feedback, and you know, like the channel. Keep watching us.